Welcome back to another video of me doing weird stuff to my car. After last week's video of tackling the rear subframe, which came out pretty well, I'm quite happy with it. I'm probably going to do the front one tonight as well. I bought a bit of extra paint, but the main thing I want to do is have a look at this spoiler that I ordered immediately after last week's video, as I couldn't sleep, and it has, well, let's get this all straightened up. Whoop, over here. It is now here in this box. Not the spoiler I wanted, but it's the spoiler I got, and it'll do for now. I don't know how to explain it. It was more about the brackets and the fixings that was important than the spoiler itself, because I don't want this to be a permanent fixture on the car. I want it to be able to come off and not leave holes in the car. So it came down to a particular type. If I can find it, pretty certain I've lost one already. But it's this type here. This type. This camera. And this is going to fit onto the boot, onto the tailgate. But this is not going to work. So I'm going to figure out in this video where this one's going to go, and we're going to make some new ones of these, because let me take you on a little journey. Bear with me. If we go around to the back of the car and we look at the boot, the spoiler I want to be around this area, somewhere here. I don't know what the height, could be like that, could be like that. But this bad boy is gonna have to fit into this gap here. And it clamp in, boop, somewhere like that. But that's not where, I don't think I want the spoiler anywhere near there. I will offer it up and have a look, see what it looks like. And then we'll start cutting, drilling, and grinding. Because I think it's going to need to be higher. So we're going to extend these really. Realistically, it's an extension. It's an extension of the car. Which is, it really is an extension of my personality. Loud and obnoxious. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll bring you back once I found the other one of these, and then we'll go from there. Right, so I found the other one. If you see me disappear, it's because I have fallen down the pit, because the pit is right there. But I'm gonna offer this up and gingerly tighten it so I don't break anything. First I need a screwdriver, pliers, and a screwdriver. Follow me. Right. I don't know which way around these go. What they sent me, the setup is in both the exact same. I'm not being dumb, right? But I think that needs to be put around the other way around. Otherwise, they're both exactly the same. One needs to be that way. All right. Who's that? Hey, fights bad guys at night. Let's get on with it. Ow. That was my head. So I'm just going to take these other brackets off a minute and just focus on getting these on properly. So I'm not going to put the rubber things in either yet. Oh, actually I might. No, I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm going to put the little rubber bits in so I don't scratch the car. There's these little sticky bits that go inside to stop it scratching your car, which is something I also want to avoid. Also, thanks for everyone who watched my last video. That got quite a few views within a day or two. I was quite impressed with that one. It means people like to watch people spray rust with paint. I think it's quite satisfying. Right, follow me, shall you? Can you see what I'm doing? I'll bring you in closer, otherwise it's not fair. This bit is going to go on this bit. It's not perfectly straight by any means, but it's going to do. And it doesn't really have to be. I think these things just got to nip up. Just screw them in. I'm only doing it finger tight at the minute. I'm not going to ream them up. Just want to make sure this shuts as well. Plenty of room. See that? No, wrong way. So there's plenty of room there. There's no, you know, you can get a couple of Rizzler papers in there, no problem. Right, so I've got both of these on either side. They're nipped up a little bit, not too tight. So now it's trying to figure out the best way for this. I got a funny feeling that it's meant to go like this. Really, it's meant to go like that. That's how it's meant to be. Or up here. But I just can't get these under here and tightened up properly. I'll show you. There is a recess there. And everything is telling me that you can do that. But you can't, because this is not wide enough. You can't, sorry. Oh, this is going dreadful. This bit here is not wide enough to either fit over that, which you don't want to compress that glass. Really want it to slide in there, which it does fit, but only it doesn't, because this bit has to come out. So it's almost totally impossible to do that. So fitting it here, it won't break the glass. It won't break the glass, and we'll just make some brackets to come up. That's what I was thinking. This shuts without any issues. So that is what we're going to do, and hopefully we'll do it today in this video. Now, I have some metal which I can drill and cut. That will bring up the spoiler up to here. Then I can figure out how I'm going to do that. This bit, I still have no idea how I'm going to do that yet. Yeah, no. So, join me whilst I try and solve the puzzle of how I do this. So, to figure out where all that's going to go, I first have to really assemble. I have to assemble this. So before I can measure out and figure out where the brackets go, I'm gonna need to assemble this aluminium or aluminum and get that put together so I can offer it up and then make some brackets. I'm going to save you this and do it as a time lapse. So upon further inspection of this fairly wide spoiler, I've offered it up to here, and it looks like by using this aluminium paint stirrer as a guide, I'm probably going to make 2 more legs that come up about, or I might just cut them to that length and then trim them down as I need for the time being. 1 for each side. I might have to put a bit of a kink in it to line them up, because by the time that's like that, it's going to be pointing over there, so it needs to be over here. So we'll probably put a little kink in that. So I'm going to go to the bottom of the workshop, find some aluminium, cut it, drill some holes, and I'll bring you back. So, got a nice length of metal. I'll flip you here a minute so you can watch me. I've taken a little measurement. That's that's going to be the length from there to there, times 2. So hopefully I should just be able to plonk that there like that. A rough guide. I'm not working for NASA, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just say there's already a bracket there that could have used it. Let's just slice that off. How does this work? I'll file that down in a bit, make it nice, but let's just do another one of them. Good strong brackets. Right, let's go. Right, I've made 2 marks, one there with a bit of pen lined up with the holes on the bracket. Just gonna throw it in here. And then I'll find a drill and drill the holes. Got my safety goggles on. Right, now for the next size up. Let's see if they are big enough. Go for it. Ooh. No, let's make it bigger. Let's size up again. That's what you do. Yep. There you go. Okay. So that one. All right. So I'm going to do that again, times 2. So I'll bring you back when that's all done. So this is where we're at the minute. I've got both the brackets cut to the same length, placed in the same spot, bolted up just loosely, so we can now work out. Obviously I've got to put a bend in both of these so that they level up, but that will probably be about the height of this spoiler, in line with them. Obviously once it's all done they can come off. I will grind them down, paint them, let them dry, put them back. Hopefully have a lovely little spoiler for the summer until the WRC one shows its face. But yeah, so this is where we're at. Now I've got to figure out the gussets on the top. So I'll bring you back once I've come up with a plan. Right, after a lot of faffing, drilling, screwing and stuff, I've managed to offer it up. and this is where we're at. So this isn't finished at all. I've had to offer it up to make sure it all lines up, and it does remarkably well. It's central, it's in the right place, it's level. I put 2 kinks in it, in the little brackets, and they seem to have done the job. Just some finishing touches really. I've got to take it all back apart. I'm going to add a little gusset from there to here, but I'm going to add it at the same spot as the same distance, so from here to here to here, and maybe even another one by the kink, so that the spoiler can be lowered. Yeah, so we can actually drop it down depending on looks, but I think the right height at the minute is fine. I quite like that angle of attack. I'm going to make bigger end panels though. These aren't going to stay. I need bigger ones, so I want them to be a little bit more square, come down a bit further and go up. But they'll do for now. Anyway, they'll do for now. So I'm going to take this back apart. I'm going to cut some edge, cut these corners off, mark them out. I'm going to drill a hole at the same point here. Probably put another bit of metal from there to there just to make it look nice. It's pretty solid. There's a little bit of wobble in it if you whack it, but it is quite sturdy, so I'm quite happy with it. It's not going to be racing anywhere. It's just going to be parked up and maybe have some extra stickers on the spoiler. But I need to get them blacked up as well now. So I'm going to take it off, grind it back, and then give it a bit of paint, and then put it back on and get rid of all this wrapping cling film stuff, and then we'll just do those little bits underneath that I wanted to finish off, and we'll call it a night because the time is getting on. Right, I'll bring you back when it's all off and getting ready for paint. Whilst those brackets are drying off, I thought I'd come back down here and have another look, and yeah, it looks all right. It looks better. It looks a lot better. It's got something on it now. Give it a bit of winter protection. But what I'm going to do is the bit at the front, which I didn't have time for, just here and here. I'm going to give that a good little scrubbing. Whilst we're waiting, I may as well, I've got my hands dirty anyway. Get in here, give this a brush. I'll give it a wash down in a minute, and then we'll get a bit of paint on that, because that doesn't match, does it? So I'll bring you back when I've eaten enough rust. Wish me luck. Right, so let's give this a good old wash down now. Get all this in my eyes. Like it was before, it just evaporate before I get wipe it. So get it there. Yeah, with lime. For a minute. And then I should be able to put some wrap to undercoat sealer stuff. Not sponsored, but it works all right, as you will soon see. Right, let's get on with this rebuild in a can. You know, it's not easy filming when you're doing stuff like this. I keep losing track of where I am and where I'm filming to. I'll do one half from this angle and then go around the other side and do the other angle. Make sure I get everything, see? Looking much better. Very good coverage with this stuff. Very good. Right, it's a bit tricky here because I'm in a tight space. So I think that'll do for first coat. Yeah. See some bits I've missed in these little holes. I think with this stuff, it's just something's better than nothing, especially with our weather. You know, there should be a belly pan on here. It isn't there. Don't know why. Wasn't there when I got it. Job to be done. Find another belly pan, under tray, sump guard, what have you. Put all that on there. The way nature intended. Right, lovely. Look at that. Wow. Right, that's the brackets painted up and trimmed. Right, guys, so here we are. I've run out of time, but the only thing really is this little gusset going from there to there, which I can sort out either tomorrow or another day. It's on. Obviously these things aren't everyone's cup of tea. I am not a fan of this shape end, so I'm gonna make my own, a bit bigger, a bit more garish, but I like it. And for 70 quid, I'm not really gonna complain. I think it looks a bit more menacing. So I'm about to run out of memory and battery. It's 1:30 in the morning. I am done. I will come back, revisit this whilst I haven't actually finished that gusset on both sides. I've done another coat underneath, which I'll show you quickly. So that's all done as well. Front and back, nicely done. All treated up, lovely. Right, it's the next day. I couldn't sleep with this video going out without this being more finished. So I actually went out this morning in order to come back tonight to finish it off properly. But what I did is I actually located some stainless steel adjustable brackets to kind of finish off what I've done. So there's plenty more to do with having different ends of this spoiler, but we're going to get these on and then I can go and sleep properly. Let me just show you what we're doing. So I did drill the extra holes here so that this whole assembly can be lowered both sides, but when I left I didn't have a gusset made. Then I realized I'd like some adjustment, so popped into a shop and I'm hoping that that might just fit. If not, I'll drill another hole, give myself a bit of extension on it, and then a bit of tension on it, just to help stiffen it up a bit. I might also double up this section. I'm not sure yet, we'll see. If not, it's not the end of the world, because it is quite sturdy, but this bit, I just would like to see that there, and I think it would be a nice touch. So let's get on there a minute and see if we can get it on. Right, so this is what I've come up with. It's a little bit rudimental, but it's on there, and it allows me to add tension to either pull this down or even push it up, or just putting something in there, cranking it, and then nipping up the bolts. I've got it bolted into the side because of the angle wouldn't allow me there, it was too steep, and anything else would obstruct on the boot, but it lined up perfectly with the actual fixing bracket. So I've used the metal bolt as a spacer, but all this does really is just add a bit of support and make it look a bit more badass. But I like it. It's stainless, it's marine grade, so it'll last. So now we're going to do the other side. Now I know that fits, so let's get to it. Right, so just before I run out of battery and memory again, this is what I finished up with. Let me turn you around. So I'm quite happy with that, and I've added some tension into it just to make that a little bit firmer now. It's quite solid. Sure it could be better, but it has the desired look. I ended up going down here. Again, the angle wasn't right for that. It was for that. It was almost perfect. So low hanging fruit, I went for it. And I'm quite happy with how this has turned out. So again, I'll sign off again, leave you with some footage, and thanks for watching and supporting the channel. And yeah, see you soon.